Hey y'all, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, I'm just glad that you guys had decided to vibe with E. Yes, the one and only E. Hey y'all, hope y'all feeling amazing, doing amazing, and just being amazing overall. And if not, it's okay. It's all right, my friend, because you know why? Bad times don't last forever. After every storm, there is a rainbow. And trust me, my friend, you're getting closer and closer every day to that rainbow, that light in the tunnel, that pot of gold, whichever one you are manifesting, dreaming of, and hoping to come. My friend, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Manifestation is real. Prayers is real. And most importantly, long as you putting in that work, I promise you, it's all going to work out. Okay? Okay. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for the ones that are not new to this, but true to this, hey y'all, what's up? What's poppin'? We are in the second week of June as we are still touching base on our topic, showing up for ourselves, becoming consistent. And with this week is a reminder, it's simple, but it's powerful. Progress matters more than perfection. And we have reached 50 newsletters as well. So if you're interested in being a part of the newsletters, please feel free to click the link in my bio, whichever way you listen or watch me. All you have to do is click the link tree, scroll down to the part that says sign up for weekly newsletters, insert your email, and once I see it, you will be added onto the list and you'll be able to see all the exclusive behind the scenes details before the episode comes out. All newsletters drop at 3:30 p.m. on Wednesdays Eastern time. Okay, so as I mentioned, y'all, I really hope y'all feeling amazing, doing amazing, just being amazing overall. I hope June is putting in work for you, is doing some justice for you. And if not, it's okay, my friend. We still got 2 more weeks to go, as well as semester 2 is about to come to us. You know, as we're ending off semester 1, we want to make sure, you know, we're still getting in the groove of things and learning as we go. Okay, because as y'all can see by the title of today, the vibe of the day, we're going to get into the nitty gritty. Okay. So yes, y'all, as we continue our June theme, showing up for yourself, becoming consistent this week is a reminder. It's simple, but it's still powerful. Progress matters more than perfection. So as you guys can see from today's vibe of the day is all about progress over perfection. And we're going to get deeper into that as well. So perfection says do it flawless or don't do it at all. But progress say take the steps day by day. Okay, take the next step anyway, day by day. So perfection creates pressure, but progress creates momentum. Growth happens when you stop expecting yourself to have everything figured out, because it's all going to work out when progress is in the loop, and start allowing yourself to learn through the progress. You do not have to become your best self overnight. Nope. You take it one at a time. You simply have to keep showing up one step, one lesson, and one day at a time. Okay. So for this week's challenge, I'm challenging you guys to ask yourself this: where have unrealistic expectations been slowing down for me? So I'm gonna say it again. Where have unrealistic expectations been slowing me down? That impacts with you being perfect instead of seeing the progress. So I want you guys to choose one area of your life this week where you give yourself permission to embrace progress over perfection. Embrace the progress. Don't worry about if it's cool, it's cutthroat, real cute, all that. No, enjoy the progress. Whether it's so sloppy or whatever, still be able to enjoy the process. Celebrate them small wins, so it's going to help you when you get to those big wins. Okay, wherever your mental health, goals, relationships, school, work, or personal growth, whatever the case may be, focus on that moment, not the mystery of it. Okay, focus on that movement, that moment of how things are going. Don't worry about what's going to happen after that. If it's not perfect, don't worry about that, my friend. Okay. So guys, yes, I really hope you guys had enjoyed the last Vibing Out with guest appearance. It was super dope. Shout out to my friend once again. I hope you guys tune into his album. It comes out now June 18th. It's June 18th. Yes, June 18th, but he still have stuff coming out on there. He's still doing it. So shout out to Motion Man. Yes, so shout out to him, and please listen and scream to him. With that being said, y'all, vibing out with guests. We are still taking guest appearances. We're still doing it. If you're thinking about coming on there, telling your story, bringing a friend with you, whatever the case may be, talking about mental health, or just talking about topics that impact with mental health, because I feel like personally, y'all, regardless of what topic we talk about, it still surrounds your mental health, because every situation, every lesson that we've been through, it has impacted and shaped us in so many ways. Regardless if you think it might not be an impactful situation, I am guaranteeing you and promising you that you don't know how much of your story can impact the next person that may be going through the same thing. Okay? So yeah, whether it's a one-on-one session, a group conversation, whatever the case may be, or you highlighting something that's going on in your life, promotion, whatever, come on, let's talk about it. Come vibe out with me, and I'm gonna vibe out with you, and we're gonna get this together. Okay? All right. So I want to give you guys a special thank you, because Vibing with E turns 3 years old next week. On June 15th, 2026, this year on a Monday, Vibing with E turns 3 years old. And I want to say thank you all so very much from the bottom of my heart for being with me. To the ones that are new here, I thank you so very much for staying on this journey. To the OGs, I really appreciate you guys. But overall, I appreciate everyone from Vibing with E as well as with Vibing Out with Guests, from Wellness 101 series, everything. I sincerely appreciate you guys, because without you guys, I don't know how far this would go, and I really, really seriously do appreciate it. My motto is, if I cannot help a lot of people, as long as I can help someone that knows that shows me that I'm making a difference. Regardless if a lot of people do listen, you know, sometimes it takes people a minute to understand the lesson. That's okay, because I'm learning as I'm going with you guys. As I'm teaching it, I'm learning as well. So I really, really, really appreciate you guys. I really do, from listening to me, watch me, whichever way. Thank you, from the likes, the comments, the sharing, whatever it is. I sincerely appreciate you guys, because without you guys, Vibing with E would not be where it is now. Vibing Out with Guests, Wellness 101 lessons, and so on and so on. So thank you so very much. With that being said, the quote of the week, the quote of the week is progress, becomes powerful when you stop demanding perfection. Okay, so now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. So vibing out with E, I put vibing out with the guest part on there, but Vibing with E weekly vibe check, where meaningful conversations meets growth in real life connections. So Wednesday drop on this Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. I'm going to say Juneteenth so bad, y'all, because that's up too. So yeah. So today's new episode, we have reached 159 episodes as well. And today's episode is focused on, as you guys can see, is progress over perfection. This week's episode is for anyone feeling pressure to have everything together and all figured out. We're talking about letting go of unrealistic expectations, embracing growth step by step, and understanding that perfection is not a goal, progress is. Okay, so within this episode, we will cover 1, why perfection can slow your growth, letting go of unrealistic expectations, embracing mistakes as part of the progress, celebrating small wins and steady progress, and lastly, building confidence through consistency. Okay, so this episode is a reminder that growth happens one step at a time, not all at once. Okay, so I'm so glad and appreciative and thankful that you guys are tuned in for a honest and engaging conversation designed to help you release pressure and appreciate your growth. Appreciate your growth while you're in this process. Okay, so without further ado, if you're new here, I welcome you again. And to the ones that are not new to this, but this, you already know what's about to happen. So without further ado, I want you guys to sit back, relax, enjoy hearing my voice, whether you're on the go, whatever the case may be. I want you guys to turn me up on your PCs, your monitors, your phones, your iPads, your speakers, your car radios, your TV, whatever the case may be. Because as always, every vibe of the day is something special. Okay? And we always break down every vibe of the day, wellness lesson, things like that, into repeating what the vibe of the day is, breaking it down within the definition, the 5 W's, repeating the quote of the week so y'all can understand what does it mean now, and a thank you for vibing in Ted. Okay? Okay. So let's get into it. I know y'all probably like, okay, we move a little fast. We are, y'all, because I have been noticing that the more and more I talk about the newsletter a lot, it makes me feel like I don't hit hard enough on the vibe of the day. So we're trying to keep some of the newsletters clean cut, good summary, because the whole idea is the vibe of the day. But, I'm still going to give y'all the content of the weekly newsletter, but I want to get the whole concept of us focusing on the vibe of the day. Okay? Okay, so we have reached 159 episodes, as I have mentioned, and today's vibe of the day is progress over perfection. The reason why I chose this one is because in honor of our theme for this month, which we have to really, I feel as though, take a deeper dive into understanding why is this needed, how is this going to help you, and how is this going to impact with you and us as a whole within how are we going to show up for ourselves with being consistent? Well, one thing that we have to do within showing up for ourselves and being consistent is also understanding that we have to live in the moment and be appreciative of the progress that we're making instead of thinking about the perfection while the progress is being in place. So with that being said, y'all, basically we're going to take a detour and a real good ride on understanding, as we are showing up for ourselves and being consistent, we also have to understand that we have to live in the moment, celebrate our small wins, and be grateful for us being able to see the progress and stop worried about everything being perfection. Because in the case, like the other saying I had for vibing with E and vibing out with guests, everything is raw and uncut is the best thing. Raw and uncut because you live and you learn. You make mistakes. Shoot, I make mistakes in almost every episode I have, y'all. It's common, it's raw and uncut. That's why I don't really like having things live sometimes, because I'm like, okay, I might not be in the moment, might not be in the mood for it, whatever the case may be. But I'm living as I'm going. I'm living as I'm learning, and mistakes are going to happen. And I'd rather you make the mistake right now than be like, damn, I feel like this was supposed to be top tier. I should never did this. I never did that. No, you live and you learn. And you're understanding that your progress is growing over time. And that perfection stuff out the window. Like, it's going to come. Because practice makes perfect, as they say. So yeah, let it ride. Take your time. It's okay. It's all right. We're human. We have mistakes. Things happen. It's okay. But we're living and we're learning from our mistakes. Okay? And that's why this is a very important one, as we are still talking about our theme, showing up for yourself, being consistent. With that being said, too, you need to understand that your progress is you showing up too. With you being consistent within every little thing, regardless how big or small the progress may be, you're doing the damn thing. And you're not worrying about how it's going to end up, how it's going to be, oh, like, this is so beautiful, ice on cake. No. The whole purpose is you seeing your purpose, and stop worrying about it being so perfection, having all this perfection, you being a perfectionist. No, my friend. We're living, we're learning, and we're learning through the journey, and we need to stop beating ourselves up. Take it from me. I'm learning too. I got to stop beating myself up on things, because at times where things that we think is for us, it may not be for us. And in the long run, it might not be for us. And that's okay, because you keep on going. You keep on going. Bad times don't last forever, because after every storm there is a rainbow. Even if you can't see it, something is coming for you in the most positive way ever. Okay? And let's make sure too to have them naysayers out the way too. We don't want that. Okay? Okay. So let's get into it. The definition. What does progress over perfection really mean? So basically what I just said is, understanding that while you're in this progress of whatever process you're getting into with impacting you, showing up for yourself and being consistent, is you're seeing your progress, you're seeing how things go without you having to analyze the perfection of how this is going and saying, okay, this is not up to my standards, things like that. We're cutting that out. Long as you're doing the damn thing. Instead of keep beating yourself up and saying, something's not right, this is off. No. Think of it as you're making progress, regardless of how great it can be. If you didn't get everything right, long as you're seeing the progress and the train is rolling. Is keep on going. The wheels ain't falling off or nothing. You still here. Okay. So also too, another thing, y'all, if you're new here, I break down everything within the definition again, the 5 W's, the quote of the day, repeat it again, and equal to what's the main purpose of it, and a vibing. Thank you for vibing out little tag for you to remember as you exit out. Just stuff like that. So I write down most of the stuff, do a little bit of research, and just let it flow. Okay. So progress over perfection means choosing growth, effort, and consistency instead of pressuring yourself to do everything flawless. Just like I said, perfection often creates unrealistic expectations that can leave people feeling stuck, discouraged, or afraid to even begin. Progress reminds us that growth happens step by step, and mistakes are a natural part of learning, because it is, like I told y'all. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect time, and all those things such as the perfect moment, the perfect plan or outcome, progress encourages people to keep moving forward even when imperfection. Growth becomes possible when people stop focusing on becoming perfect and start focusing on being better. Progress over perfection also means permitting yourself to be a human. We're gonna get into that. Not every day will look productive, confident, or successful. That is okay. That's okay. We have our moments. It's okay. We live, we learn. We're human. Life be lifing. Sometimes progress looks like rest. Sometimes it looks like trying again after disappointment. The goal is to not be perfect, is to not have perfection. The goal is consistency, patience, and continue with effort. Small steps repeat over time, often creating the biggest change. So let's get into it. So as I mentioned, progress over perfection also means permitting yourself to be a human. With that being said, life be lifing. You are entitled to have bad days. We all have them. All the superheroes, the hustlers, everybody you look up to, entrepreneurs, rappers, singers, designers, nurses, lawyers, doctors, social workers, surgeons, rehab, whatever title they hold, regardless they're human, we all go through shit. We all go through it. We're human. And that's why progress helps us to understand that when you're going through these new things in your life, this new cycle, preparing for this new chapter, journey, whatever, it's not going to be perfect. You're learning. That's what progress is. You're learning. Perfection is you thinking you know every goddamn thing, and you don't. And it makes it hard for you to understand that once you get something wrong or something may not be in your favor, all that progress and all that stuff is out the window, because when you are such a perfectionist, you're like, I don't do no wrong. Everything I do and touch is beautiful. It's glitter and gold. But that's not the case, my friend. We go through cycles in life when we feel like, okay, when we master the skill, it's like, you know what, just say it, like nothing ain't, it is what it is. Even me being a podcaster going on for 3 years, it's still stuff that I'm learning in this this process for me. I don't say I'm a perfectionist. Like, people giving my props, and I appreciate my flowers, and I appreciate it so much. And it helps me to go even more harder and learning as I go. Like I mentioned, even when I'm on here, y'all, I make mistakes. They're happening. It's common. I'm human, and I'm learning from it. I'm not beating myself up, because like I say too, these episodes vibing out with gas as well as vibe of the day, it's like phone calls or FaceTime conversations that we're having with each other. When you're having a conversation with someone about a topic, you're not going to know everything. You're going to know what you are. You're going to know what you know. Like most of the stuff you know. You're not going to be like, oh yeah, because no. It happens. It's common because we're learning. I'm learning as I go. You're learning as you go. Shoot, y'all be texting me like, hey, E, whatever. I'm learning as I go. And that's the whole purpose of progress over perfection. We're living and we're learning, as well as too, not every day will look productive. Not every day you will have confidence, and not every day you'll be successful. Going back to the episode that we talked about last week about staying consistent when motivation fades. It's the same way within this conversation, y'all, about progress over perfection. We still got to be consistent even when that progress, even when the motivation fades, because sometimes we will not have that hippie type of spirit, whatever the case may be. We won't have it. But the main goal is for us to stay consistent. Showing up for yourself equals being consistent, as well as understanding that progress over perfection is key. The progress is us taking it day by day and seeing our progress regardless if we're not in the mood for it or not. It's been moments and times where I know for a fact y'all be like, you know what, I'm over this shit. But I'm not going to stop because I'm seeing my progress. It's like a student. It's like a parent. It's whoever the case may be. You're seeing your progress as you go. And you're seeing progress too, even this year. We are already halfway through the year. You're probably not the same person you was at the beginning of the month. You're probably not thinking about the stuff that you were going through in the beginning of the month. You probably don't even have that same mindset you had in the beginning of the month. Because the progress you're seeing over yourself, you're living, you're learning, you're taking it day by day, and you're understanding that, okay, every day is not going to be glitter and gold. Every day I'm not going to be a happy-go-lucky camper. But the thing is, I'm seeing my progress. And I'm taking out that mindset of everything has to be perfect. Because it's not. Even, let's think about it too, even on a job, there could be a boss, a CEO, whatever the case may be. They even go through their moments. Yes, they have a high title, but you still have mistakes in the process of it. And when you have mistakes, you're learning from it. You live and you learn. It's not going to be perfection, because sometimes it's unrealistic to have everything already processed, already that process, already perfection and all. No, life be lifing. Not every day is going to be productive. Not every day is going to be confident or successful. And that's okay, because you're human. But sometimes progress looks like resting. Sometimes you got to give yourself a break. Sometimes you have to have that mirror conversation with yourself and say, okay, do I want to still keep doing this today? Or do I listen to your body, your inner voice, all that third eye, whatever? Your intuition's not going to lie. If it's telling you like, today's not the day, and I know I got the time to say, okay, you know what, I need to rest, do so. You're human. Your progress is still there. You made enough progress, my friend. Like right now, you could take a couple hours or a day or two to be like, you know what, I gotta breathe. I got to breathe. So let me breathe. Tony Braxton told y'all, and if you don't know, y'all better listen to it. We're human. I'm going to keep on saying it. You're human, because the goal is not perfection. The goal is not to be a perfectionist. The goal is to be consistent, have patience, and continue with effort, regardless of how big or small it is. Celebrate it, live on it, love on it, and most importantly, give yourself the flowers that people may not be giving you. Stop expecting people to be there to be like, give you your applause. It's okay, my friend. While you're doing what you're doing, love on it, appreciate it, and understand that you're a human. Things happen, and sometimes things were not meant for you. Even if you feel like you check all the boxes off, everything like that, it's okay. You still got time to you still got time to get the progress together. But I want you to get this thing of perfection out your head, because small steps repeat over time, often creating the biggest change for you. The more and more progress you put in, the more you put in that work, that's a big change coming for you. And once you see the light at the end of the tunnel, you're gonna be like, you know what, you was right. You was right with your shirt on, looking like you from the Girl Off Friday with them knotless braids and that striped shirt on that day you were talking to me about it. You were absolutely right. And I know, because I'm living and learning with you. We're on this journey together. We're on this journey of understanding that we have to show up for ourselves and becoming consistent. And with that, one of the biggest lessons we have to understand that is progress over perfection. The progress is the key that helps also to the discipline. The perfection is that motivation that fades. It comes and goes. But that progress, that discipline, and that consistency is not going to fade unless you let it fade. Okay. So next, who is impacted? Who needs this message the most? Who needs to understand that progress over perfection is key? This message is for anyone who feels overwhelmed by pressure, perfectionists, or unrealistic expectations. It is especially impactful for people who consistently feel like they're not doing enough, comparing themselves to others, or struggling to celebrate small wins. Sometimes people become so focused on getting things right that they delay their growth altogether because fear of failure becomes overwhelming. Students, professionals, creators, caregivers, entrepreneurs, and people navigating personal growth in general life itself, us as humans, regardless of the titles that we hold, can benefit from this reminder. If you ever felt discouraged because progress feels slow or believe that mistakes means failure, this message is for you. Perfectionism can quite cause and create a lot of anxiety, burnout, and self-doubt. Learning to embrace progress helps people move through life with more grace and confidence. So let's talk about it. The first part I want to break down within this is for anyone that feels overwhelmed by pressure, such as being a perfectionist or unrealistic expectations. Let me tell you something. We got to get that narrative out of here that is we're perfectionists. We got to let it out. We got to stop that. You're not. We're not. Even if we feel like this is our specialty, we still got to learn. Even when you went, just for example, even going to college for many degrees, certifications, license, whatever, you can get it. Yes. But you're still learning in the process of it. You're not going to be a perfectionist because you did all this and stuff. No, you make mistakes. Mistakes are happen. You live and you learn from them. As well as too, we have to understand that we have to stop competing where we can't compare. We got to stop competing where we can't compare with people. We got to stop comparing with these naysayers because it's making us wear ourselves down, especially too when it comes to we feel like we're not doing enough. My friend, you're doing a lot of things that you probably didn't imagine you can do. And you're probably doing something that the next person cannot do, but they're telling you what you should and what you should or could or would have did, which they should do for themselves. My friend, I want you to know that within this message, regardless of you feeling like you're not where you need to be, you feel like you're afraid of failure, it's human nature. You're a human. It's not going to be perfect. Sometimes most of us didn't live in a perfect life. We didn't grow up in a perfect world. We didn't grow up with certain stuff and, the list goes on. Stop beating yourself up because that's where burnout, anxiety, depression, and maybe you ended up in the hospital. Because you want to keep up with who is in your circle, the media, and things like that. Sometimes that's going back to the mirror conversation. You got to think, who are you? You got to have these conversations with yourself like, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Are they my friends? Are these really my people? Because if so, they would help me to understand that we're not in competition. We're not competing with something. We're learning as we go. I want you to think about that. If you know someone or you're going through this, I want you to think about that. Because I don't want you to think that you're not doing enough. You're doing enough. Because it takes a strong person to even be able to put themselves on the forefront to be like, you know what? I'm going to do the damn thing. I'm going to do this. Shit. What am I going to lose? Nothing. Even if it don't go the way you want it to go, it's okay because progress is there. You're still learning as you go, and celebrate that small win. I don't give a damn how small it is. I don't care if you just got a sticker on this award, an A on this, whatever. I don't care if you got a B or C. Excuse me. Appreciate and love on it because I guarantee you the version of you 5-10 years ago would have been like, hell no, I'm not doing that. Who the hell gonna do that? No, I'm not. Honor yourself, appreciate yourself, but most importantly, give yourself a chance to let the progress speak for itself and let the progress impact your life in so many ways. Don't let this perfection in this perfect world creep on you because that's where anxiety comes, the burnout and the self-doubt. Learn to embrace the progress that's going on to help you because you never know how much is helping you that you can help the next person to move through their experiences that they have going on with grace and style and most importantly, confidence. So for anyone that's going through this times this right now in their time, let them know, appreciate it, love on yourself, because you're doing it. That's the whole thing right there. You're doing it. People in your ear like, I wouldn't do that. I can't do that. But they're not you. Sometimes you gotta laugh and shake it off. You know, big ups to all my haters, all that type of stuff. Shawty low type of, you know, sometimes you gotta be like, okay. I know it hurts in the beginning. It hurts. It hurts like a mother. But then you have to be like, my progress is helping me to stay consistent. All that perfectionist shit, that's not me. I'm going to mess up, and it's common. We're human. We're going to mess up. Even when you wanted to be perfectionist, you want to be a perfectionist, all that, it's not going to happen. Learn from your mistakes. It's like me, y'all. I got a little quest I'm doing. I'm making strawberries for the fun of it. People are like, you should sell it. You should do. And I look at my work. It's like, I don't think I would, because I don't want people to talk about it like it ain't it. But I'm like, you know what? Who gives a crap? Shoot, y'all like it? I'm putting in the work. Hey, I'm gonna do it. So do the damn thing. Do it like Brutus. Just do it like Nike. Don't let nothing or no one try to take over or make you feel less of a person, because you're letting the progress take control and not letting that perfection word and all these people get into your head, my friend. You got this. Take it one day at a time, and it surely will help you and shape you in so many ways that you never know you can help someone else. Okay? So next, what is the benefit? What happens when you choose progress over perfection? All that mess that used to give you anxiety and things like that and impacted you to be a perfectionist and all that stuff, it reduces, because progress now is like, hey, we here. Perfection, like, damn, I can't get an invitation. No, you can't sit with us. Okay. When you choose progress over perfection, you begin reducing pressure and allowing yourself space to grow. Instead of feeling stuck trying to get everything exactly right, you begin appreciating small wins and realizing that growth happens over time. Hello? Confidence begin increasing. People stop focusing only on the outcome and start valuing effort. This mindset creates more patience and helps people stay committed to their goals. Choosing progress also improves emotional wellness. People become less afraid of the mistakes and more willing to take healthy risks or try again later after setbacks. Growth becomes feeling more realistic because success no longer depends on being perfect. Most importantly, people begin building self-trust because they learn that showing up consistently matters more than flawless excuses. Progress creates momentum. As well as, like I mentioned, all the things that perfection used to beat you up about is down the drain now. You are now being consistent with seeing how much you have increased, and you're stop focusing on pleasing these people that are not doing what you're doing. You are focusing on the outcome of how things are going and understanding that your mindset is feeling more relief because you're creating more patience and you're helping people to stay consistent to the goal, as well as helping yourself stay consistent to the goal. Even though motivation and stuff may fade, you're still like, you know what? I'm not a happy-go-lucky camper today, but I got things to do. You got things to do, and you're allowing yourself to grow. You're allowing yourself to see the change. You're allowing yourself to give yourself grace. You're allowing yourself to choose your progress rather than having this perfection wall in your face. No. As well as self-trust. You're learning to trust nothing but yourself. You're learning every day that, yes, I might take an L, but I'm gonna bounce back, and I'm embracing it. I'm stop beating myself up. I'm stop beating my own ass, because now I'm like, okay, charge it to the game. It is what it is. And I'm learning that, most importantly, I'm building my self-trust because I'm learning and I'm showing up for myself. That's me being consistent. Even when I'm not motivated, I'm showing up no matter what, because progress creates momentums, and I'm getting there, and I'm going to see my light in the tunnel, my pot of gold, all that, because I'm giving myself the praise that I keep expecting people to give me. No, they can hold their applause. I'm doing this for me and only me. Okay? And who support it, they support it. If they don't, then they don't. Okay? When should someone focus on choosing progress over perfection though? Okay, now this is where it gets to the nitty gritty though. Where should you focus on, okay, like I need to shift gears. We need to shift the gears. I'm still march, but something needs to shift within this gears. When someone should focus on choosing progress over perfection, it may help to focus on progress over perfection when one, you consistently feel pressure to have everything together. That right there, regardless of if it's a project, at a job, whatever the case may be, my friend, that right there is something that's going to help you say, you know what? The more and more pressure I put on myself, the more and more my ass is going to get into a stage in my life where I don't want to be. Depression, anxiety, worries on me. I'm not going to be able to trust myself. I'm pushing through on things. I'm not giving myself the time to learn as I go and dust myself off and try again. When that happened, when you consistently feel pressure to have everything together, that right there, my friend, that's where you need to understand that, you know what, take that perfection, that little perfection, whatever you want to icon it as. I icon it as like that crystal, that little crystal. Take that little crystal, throw him or her, they, whatever, to the side, and understand that progress is coming to build a crystal that impacts with you. A model that impacts with you, whatever. As well as two, when fear of failure prevents you from starting. Let me give y'all a little story. For me, the fear of failure was when being able to get all these degrees. Now it's time to put these degrees to work. Who gonna hire me? Applying. That's progress right there. You keep applying till you get the enough amount of interviews you can within a week or two. What hurted me was the failure of that. Okay, I bust my ass to get all these 3 degrees and all this other stuff they want me to have, and now they giving me the short end of the stick of waiting to give me an interview. It's like I don't want to do this shit no more. Then I had to think, hold up. I didn't spend down there 5.5 years to get it. Each one of these degrees have these internships and all this other stuff for nothing. No, I had to think, okay, it is fearful because, you know, when you hear those horror stories of a lot of people you may know or TikTok are seeing phenomenal educated people having more degrees than you or less or whatever, having a degree period or experience, and it takes them so long to get where they need to go. That was my fear of failure. But I had to think everyone's story is different. And I have to learn that I got to stop putting this perfection over it, because that goes back into the timeline that I had for myself. I'm living and I'm learning. Sometimes I got to sit back. I'm still applying. You know, you still applying to these jobs and all these things and stuff like that. But now that I took that fear of failure out of my vocabulary and that thought out of my mind, it helps me to understand that maybe some of these jobs and things I'm applying for may not be for me. And that goes as well as for sometimes to school and stuff you want to get into, or whatever you want to do with stuff like that. You think it's for you, but how y'all say, spirit is saying, no, no, friend, this not for you. Nope. So I want you to take a deep breath. Suck it in, let it out, let it marinate, have your little session, but then understand that, you know, something out there is coming for you, and this may not be it, even though we want it to be, but it's not. And it doesn't make you less of a person. You're still gonna keep on going. This train gonna keep on moving. It's gonna keep on rolling. Keep on moving. Don't stop. Don't stop until you get to where you want to be. Okay. 3, you compare yourself to others often. Now this the shit right here, y'all. This the one right here that got me. Me comparing myself to people. In some areas I did compare myself to people when it came to the education level. Because I used to be like, God damn, going back to the story of how probably not being able to find and secure a job and stuff. What I used to compare myself to, I'm not gonna lie, we haven't talked about this much, but we're gonna probably deep into this. Probably one of the guests that may come on, we're gonna talk about this. Self-esteem of being a woman. an image. That was one thing, the biggest things that I will always to compare myself to others often with, especially being a woman. In today's society, y'all, it's hard. It may be hard to find your love of your life because of how media is. That's how I think sometimes. But I like to think, you know what? I'm not going to compete where I can't compare no more, because you never know who may like you, my friend. This goes to the guys as well. Them, they, her, he. This goes for all of y'all. You never know who out there may be wanting you, because if such and such ain't texting you and you shoot your shot and stuff and he and she and they not trying to come back, okay, cool. On to the next one. That's where I had to stop comparing myself to others, because I used to be like, damn, he used to go with her. Now I'm trying to see if I got a chance, because I really want to see what's going on. He ain't give me the time of the day. Okay, cool. I'm looking at her, I'm looking at me like, what's something ain't right here. You gotta stop competing. You can't compare, as well as with these jobs, this career, everything. Like I say to you, as a podcaster, I'm about to make 3 years. Yes, I may not have as much clout as the next person do, but I know for a fact within my craft and the progress, I'm happy and I'm blessed for it, because I'm seeing progress every day, every second, every year, every month. I'm seeing it. Shoot, it is what it is. That's going back to, we gotta stop competing where we can't compare. I can't compare with you, babe. That's cool, because you can't hold a candle to me, and that's fine. But I'm learning too, I gotta stop thinking the worst. That's where my progress needs to be in place. Like, I gotta stop competing and comparing with these people, because my progress may be different from theirs, and they probably on that roller coaster of perfection, but I'm not. I'm on this roller coaster of seeing my progress and not being perfection, and not being a perfection. Okay. Number 3, small mistakes feel overwhelming or discouraging. The key word, small. It's little. I feel like if it was a big mistake, oh yeah, I'll be in here like, oh hell no. I'll be cussing up a storm. But it's something so small, it helps you to prepare for what's to come. And it helps you not to do it again when it's time for you to get to that new mindset or whatever you want to go. Mistakes are going to happen. Small mistakes you shouldn't feel overwhelmed about or discouraged. It's small. It's little. It's okay. It's all right. We go through it. And sometimes it was meant to happen, because it also shows you if this was for you or not, as well as in the career world, content world, whatever world it is, dating world too. Shoot, small mistakes happen. And sometimes it tests the waters to see if this is for you, if this person's for you, they for you, whatever. But if this really for you in general, it's okay. I had to learn too, y'all. Small mistakes happen. They're going to happen. You're not perfect. We're human. Shit happens. And you live and you learn. But most importantly too, you're understanding that I'm living in the progress. That doesn't destroy my story. It don't destroy your story. No, it helps the story to improve. As well as 5, you feel stuck waiting for the perfect time. Like I say, I'm big on stop waiting for the perfect time. Do it while it's on your brain. If that's on your brain, it's in your dreams, my friend, do it. I don't care what day it is. I don't care if it's the middle of the night. I don't care if it's afternoon, early in the morning, 2-3 weeks from now in a month. Do that shit. Because if it keep lingering in your mind, it goes to show that you need to do it. Stop waiting on, I got to make sure I'm here mentally. No, because that can help you, shape you in so many ways. Let it happen. Stop waiting for the perfect time. It's not a perfect time. Do it. Just do it like Nike. Do it like Brutus, my friend. And lastly, unrealistic expectations are affecting your confidence. Stop having all these unreal expectations for yourself when you know good and well you can't meet them yourself. That's how I had to stop doing. I said, what the hell am I doing? Why I keep thinking about these things to be realistic when they're not going to happen? Because that's affecting my confidence. No, I'm doing it. I'm going to do it like Brutus every day. I'm living, I'm learning. I'm doing like it's my day every day, like Jocelyn told me. And if it goes my way, cool. If it don't, I'm still going to have my cake and have a good time too. If you have a bad day, you don't want to go to bed sad. You want to go to bed happy. And if you go to bed upset, that don't mean you want to wake up upset. You got to do what's for you. Because progress becomes important when perfection starts slowing the growth. Progress becomes important when perfection starts slowing growth. Okay? Progress becomes important when we stop having the perfection crystal over us that's slowing down our growth. Okay? Now, where does this show up most in life? Where does progress over perfection may show up? School, work, and career life. I ain't gotta say too much on that. When you're in this, so like I said, when you're in this world of people that may be going to school for the same thing, you in a classroom with these people, you had a job, you in a career with all these people. My goal ain't the same as yours. Shoot, I might have all the degrees that you did and have more experience, but shit, I still learning as I go. You're still learning as you go. Shit, you're not gonna be a perfectionist. Every day you're learning. Every day you're learning something new. Whether it's in school, work, or career, we're learning as we go. As well as we're packing our goals, we're learning as we go. The process, the marathon is going to continue. Nipsey told you, and it's going to keep going. Second, mental health and emotional wellness. Progress over perfection may show up in your mental and emotional wellness. Let that moment right there, if your mental health and your emotional growth is not going good, take a step back and stop thinking that everything's supposed to be perfect. Hannah Montana told you nobody's perfect. It's not going to be perfect. We have moments. We all have bad days. Sometimes we're not emotionally there. Sometimes mentally you're drained. But take that step to work towards getting your mental and your emotional process, well-being and health get to where you want it to be at for you. And you see the progress for you. 3, personal growth and healing journey. This one we talked about too. Stop beating yourself up for perfection. Love and live on the progress that you're making within yourself, because going back to 5-10 years ago of you, that version of you, I know they're so happy right now with you, especially within your healing journey, especially if you're in this healing journey where nothing or no one can piss you off no more. I'm very proud of you, my friend, because it takes a lot out of a person to be like, you know what, poop the dumb stuff. I'm done with this. I'm done trying to live up to expectations that people have for me and things like that. No, I'm in this world. Like the tattoo I got on my arm, y'all, it says that I'm in a world of my own. That's what I'm doing. I'm in a world of my own. I'm building so much for myself within my personal healing journey, as well as next is the relationship and communication. Certain things you got to see, like, look, if he or she or they are not good for me, then this relationship is not going to take place. If he or she and they are willing to take it to the next level, I'm enjoying the progress. I'm enjoying the communication, and we're going to see how this goes. I'm not going to be perfect, because there's no such thing as a perfect relationship and a perfect girlfriend, perfect boyfriend, perfect none of that, as well as communications even within the families. Not such thing as perfect besties, not such thing as a perfect mom and dad relationship, father and daughter, daughter and son, and a daughter and mom. It's not. As well as building confidence and self-esteem, my friend. We need to stop having a thing like, oh, I was born with the confidence. No, confidence is being built in the progress of you learning as you go, such as going back to rejection. Rejection will help you and humble you in so many ways, because it goes to show if you're ready to take on this progress and keep on going, or you still in the mindset like, damn, he or she or they really gonna do this to me? How you gonna reject me and I'm looking like this and I'm this and that? How you gonna do that? That goes to show who is the progress over perfection really showing up in life, or you just like, it is what it is. Like, you snooze, you lose, And lastly, developing routines, habits, and discipline. That right there just shows like, okay, my routine may not be the same as it was last night or day before. That's okay. As well as the habits that I have did, it's not going to be the same. As well as the discipline. We're not going to always have motivation. That's where discipline comes in to help us motivate us. That goes to show that you're really in this process, your progress journey, and all that perfection bullshit is out the window. We're not going to have a perfect we're not going to develop a perfect routine. We're not going to develop habits perfectly, and we're not going to have discipline perfect either. It's a process within everything we're doing, and we're taking it one at a time, and we're learning as we go, because learning to embrace progress can improve nearly every area in life. You just have to be willing. You have to be willing to take on the challenge, live on it, love on it, say shit. Hey, today or yesterday may not have been my day, but I feel like today's going to be a good day, okay? It might be better. Even though I might have not had a good day, I still was consistent. I'm still learning through the process, and I'm progressing as I go. I'm not letting perfection in my ear and its crystal take over me. No. Okay? And lastly, y'all, we made it. See how I'm getting it down to the nitty gritty? Why is it important? Why does progress matters more than perfection. Here it is. Progress matters because perfection is unrealistic. Point blank period. It's unrealistic. Perfection is unrealistic. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Like I told y'all. Y'all see I'm making mistakes. Y'all hear on our list I'm making mistakes. I'm not a perfectionist. Even though people think, oh, you've been doing this for 2.5 years. So I'm not a perfectionist. Even the rappers and actors and stuff y'all love, they're not perfectionists. Even though you think they are, they gonna tell you, no, I'm still learning as I go. Progress matters because perfection is unrealistic and often is exhausting. You can burn yourself out. Keep trying to think of that. Hell no. When people consistently chases perfection, they may avoid taking risk, struggling with disappointments, or feel like what they do is never enough. Perfection creates pressure, but progress creates growth. People who focus on progress understands that setbacks, mistakes, and slow seasons are a part of becoming a better them. The part of the journey. Learning to choose progress also helps people develop resilience and patience. Instead of giving up after one mistake, people learn how to adjust, grow, and keep on moving forward. This train gonna keep on rolling. Confidence increases because success becomes about showing up more and not getting everything right. Growth becomes more sustainable and people stop demanding perfection and start appreciating the journey. Little progress still matters. Straight to the point, but I want to touch on this. People who focus on progress understands the setbacks, the minor setbacks for a major get back. They learn from their mistakes. We're human. Live it, learn on it, love on it, kiss and appreciate it. Let it soak in like seasoning. Let it happen. And understand that slow seasons are a part of us becoming a better us, is a part of becoming better. Sometimes we need a season to slow down so we can be like, you know what? Give me some more ideas. Give me some more ideas. I'm learning it also too when it comes time for the season to pick back up. I'm in the shed and no one can stop me. Okay? And most importantly, growth becomes more sustainable when people stop demanding perfection and start appreciating the journey. Appreciate your journey. Love on a journey. Appreciate it. Kiss on it, all that. Because progress is here. It's here to stay. Stop thinking about the naysayers and trying to be perfect and keep up with the crowd. Stand out of the crowd. Be the leader. Be the line leader. Be the leader. Be the one that people didn't see you come up. That's a quote I got on my phone as a reminder is be the one they didn't see come up. Be the one they didn't expect for you to do what you're doing. Because you don't know how much of an impact you can put on someone that has it probably talking a lot of shit about you. I promise you that. You never know how much progress you can make if someone may be talking a lot of shit about you, my friend. Okay? So with that being said, I thank you all so very much for taking the time out of your busy day to listen and to watch me. I hope that you guys have learned a lot when it comes to understanding that progress over perfection is needed. It's key. Live on your journey, love on the journey, but most importantly, take it with a grain of salt and don't beat yourself up. Do what's necessary for you and don't let nothing or no one tear you down. Okay? So going back to the quote of the day / the week to help you understand it, progress becomes powerful when you stop demanding perfection. That equals to letting go of unrealistic expectations and embracing growth step by step. Okay? And lastly, before we go, thank you for vibing in. Before we go, I want you guys to remember this. Today, remember that you do not have to have everything figured out to keep going. You don't. You are allowed to learn as you go. Learning doesn't stop. Education is so powerful that you're going to learn in so many different ways, and it's going to help you absorb everything like a sponge. Slow and steady runs the race. Keep going and live in the moment and enjoy it. You are allowed to learn as you go. Make mistakes and still be proud of how far you've came, how far you've come. Because look how far you've come. That version of you 5, 10, 4, 3 years ago, you probably wouldn't imagine this to happen. Appreciate yourself. Love on yourself. You are allowed to learn as you go. Mistakes are going to happen, and still be proud of how far you've come. See how far you were able to handle this thing without spursing out and all that. You're going to have your moments, but you're going to look at it like last year. I used to be like cussing everybody out, but now I'm like, you know what? Deep breath in, deep breath out, and I'm living as I go. I'm learning and living as I go. Be proud of how far you've came. I'm going to keep saying it. Be proud of how far you've came, because the old versions of yourself is like, wow, we did it. We're in this process now of letting progress take control, and we're stop having the perfection be the one to pump our head up, be the puppet master, and having the naysayers in our ear as well. Okay? Growth is not measured by perfection. Nope. It is measured by consistency, effort, and willingness to keep trying. Keep going, my friend. Keep going. This train gonna keep on moving. Even if motivation fades, the consistency is the key of you to understand that you have made a discipline, you vowed for this, and you're going to get there. Some days are going to be good, some days are not going to be so good, but you live and you learn in the process. Permit yourself to celebrate progress. Train yourself to celebrate the progress. Regardless of how big or small it is, pop out when you want to. Set them boundaries, and most importantly, be selfish when it's necessary, when you're on a journey or creating things for yourself for the better. No matter how small it is or how it may feel, live on it, love on it, pop out when it's necessary, take control, and most importantly, be selfish when it's necessary as well. Every lesson, every setback, and every small win is helping shape the person you are becoming. You are growing even when it feels slow. Keep going. Progress is still processing. And life is still life, my friend. Okay? So once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. I really hope you guys have understand more with it, understanding that progress over perfection is needed, and take it one day at a time. Okay? I love you all so very much. Please enjoy your weekend. Have an amazing time. Be safe out here, but most importantly, do for you, and please celebrate yourself in them small wins, and don't let nothing or no one try to tear you down, and don't compete where you can't compare. Bad times are not going to last forever, because after every storm there's a rainbow. Even if you cannot see that rainbow or that pot of gold light into the tunnel, the results are going to show. Keep going. Celebrate them small wins, because when it's time for them big wins, you're going to shock the hell out yourself. Okay? I love you all so very much. Bye.